Lies, lies, lies. Our government and medical authorities are lying to you about your health. I mean, it's hard enough in our modern times to be healthy, especially with all this garbage food and processed food that we actually have in the stores. Listen, I mean, the cards are stacked against us. It is really not an easy situation to be healthy, but you are being lied to. Grocery stores, restaurants, even government studies claim certain things are healthy while they are certainly not healthy for you. In fact, they often put things like in their food pyramid or whatever they actually have nowadays to try to make it so they could feed a lot of people. And it's not about health, it's simply just about creating a lot of food. The proof? Over 70% of Americans are overweight or obese. This system is not working. This sedentary lifestyle we've adopted, combined with garbage food in the stores, is killing us. And again, you are being lied to. Stick with me in this video because I want you to see how the food and this food industry, what's really going on behind the scenes and their true motivations. In past videos, we talked about sugar and how it leads to countless diseases, including and especially, obviously, obesity. And we've also talked about how the sugar industry paid off scientists to make it look like fat is what makes you fat. And medically speaking, scientifically speaking, that is 100% not true. And it's not just high fructose corn syrup, but high amounts of sugar in your diet lead to fat production. And to be honest, you don't really have to consume all that much sugar to start laying down fat deposits. But it is 100% sugar that does it, by the way. As your blood glucose levels go up to a certain amount, your body will convert that sugar into fats and store it. It is absolute truth. It is inarguable. And it may seem counterintuitive, but it is true. Not to mention, high sugar diets lead to high blood pressure, inflammation, diabetes, and fatty liver disease. Simply put, and hear this out, too much sugar in your diet will lead to fat, and that leads to cardiovascular disease. It is by far the #1 killer in the United States. Did you hear that? Eating too much sugar leads to heart disease, and it's a leading cause of death. Are you seeing the correlation? Sugar is in everything. And you can see in this chart, sugar has drastically increased in our diet over the last 200 years. And is the government going to try to stop this? No, look, here's actually where dietary guidelines come in, and they keep pushing sugar. Low fat, mind you, don't eat your fat, but sugar's okay. Have you ever been on a diet like Weight Watchers, or you simply just try to limit the amount of calories going in? It's tough, isn't it? And you'll quickly find out when you get on those diets that eliminating the carbs out of the diet, that's actually the big killer, by the way. Having the carbs in there, that's actually what's going to make it so you can actually stay underneath your calories. While everybody keeps focusing on calories, the carbs are actually what's making those really bad calories. And it's funny, people get a little science knowledge and they think they have it all figured out. They say things like, did you know that fat has over twice the amount of calories per gram? And it's true, 9 carbs per gram, where sugars and proteins are only 4. But that means nothing. That is simply just memorization from a book without an actual understanding of what's going on in human physiology. You see, if you consume fats and proteins too, they will stay in your stomach for up to 6 hours. In other words, they make you feel very satisfied. And true, there is more energy in fat, but your body takes a long, long time to break it down and convert it into glucose. In essence, it will never, ever spike your blood glucose levels. Carbs, however, even though they actually have less energy than fats, they only stay in your stomach for 15 minutes, enter your bloodstream very quickly, and spike your blood glucose levels. And that is so, so bad for you. Disease states. But even beyond that, normal blood glucose levels, anywhere from 60 to 100, 80 to 100. However, you just eat a little bit too much of carbohydrates, and it'll easily, and I really mean easily, go over that 140 level, and you have fat formation. This is how our body makes fat. And by the way, this is the only way our body makes fat. It has nothing to do with eating fat at all. Simply put, you eat fat. It takes way too long to break it down, and therefore you will not make fat from it. Your blood glucose levels will never go above the normal range from eating fat. Let's play a game. This sounds fun. It's called Guess the Junk Food. Ready for this? I want you to make a decision. Which of these following foods would be the healthiest for you? Our options are a Big Mac, a Wendy's salad, or a Subway footlong. Go ahead and think about it. Take a moment. Which is the healthiest for you? Well, when we talk about carbs, which leads to fat, a Big Mac has 44 grams of carbs. Wendy's salad, 52 grams of carbs. And a Subway footlong, 80 grams of carbs. We have a winner, the Big Mac. But here's the kicker. To make it even better for you, if you take out the bun, it only has 7 grams of carbs. Just 7. Now, I am certainly not saying the Big Mac is actually healthy for you. But when it comes to obesity, leading to the #1 killer in the United States, the Big Mac could be your best choice. And in fact, McDonald's shows that the only thing they actually use in those Big Mac burgers are simply just meat. Granted, it may not be the best beef in the world, but it is 100% beef, which is some salt and cooking oil, etc. It's really not that bad for you. The problem is, it's not for the fact that we're saying the Big Mac is healthy. It's just other people are trying to claim that McDonald's is the worst thing in the world, and you might want to consider getting a salad, or you know what, let's go to Subway. Those are much healthier for you. That's not true. But for most Americans who are obese, which one is more unhealthy? I mean, obviously eating a foot-long sub with 80 grams of carbs, that is very unhealthy. Or even eating a salad, 52 grams of carbs for a salad, that's crazy. Or you can eat your Big Mac without the bun, 7 grams of carbs, and you will get trim and fit if that's basically all you eat. I know that's weird. Because remember, obesity from eating carbs is linked to the number one killer in the United States, cardiovascular. Not even just the United States, but we're seeing this all over the world now. And it's funny how Subway really tried to push themselves as a healthy food and hired Jared, who lost, I think, something like 240 pounds by eating a 6-inch turkey sub. Granted, it wasn't the 12-inch, but it was a 6-inch. And he got chips and a Diet Coke with it every single time. So good job, Jared. Yeah, you definitely lost a lot of weight. But it's funny they failed to consider Don Gorski. This man ate over 32,000 Big Macs in his lifetime and is as slim as he can be, with low cholesterol too. And again, I'll say it, a Big Mac may not be the best thing for you. But when we talk about as far as like health food and things like that, what is the number one killer in the United States? Obesity, being overweight. And so if we actually want to limit the amount of carbs coming in, you're going to be far healthier eating a low carb Big Mac than actually eating high carb, something else that you might classify as being healthy. And it's not just about losing weight. Overall, people who are on low carb diets feel amazing. They have far less pain, far less inflammation, and not so much damage on their joints. So my wife and I started keto last year, and we've lost a lot of weight. And it's funny because when it comes to diets, let's say you're on Weight Watchers, I'll just pick on that one, but it's all like this. You know what? I think I'm going to have a splurge day where you can go ahead and eat some garbage for a day. Which, you would think that in your mind, well, I shouldn't be eating that because it makes me unhealthy. But, it's human cravings. I get it. We had the same thing when it came to keto. We'll make a keto pizza. It's actually delicious. But, sometimes it's just fun to take the whole family out for pizza at a pizza place. And we did that. We had a cheat day a couple months ago, and we went to a pizza place, ordered pizza. It was delicious. It was amazing and amazingly painful. It wasn't simply about losing or gaining another pound or so, which happened. It threw us out of keto for a few days, which we knew it was going to happen also. But I couldn't believe it. It was night and day. I went from feeling like I was a 20-year-old again, walking around, no pain at all, to instantly, after eating just pizza, I was in so much pain, and so is my wife as well. Because the carbs are directly linked, not simply just making fat and make you fatter, but also directly into inflammation. Our quality of life, we didn't even know it when we were eating carbs, was terrible. And we thought, oh, I must just be getting old. Or, arthritis from, running too much in the military, whatever. You can actually have all these excuses in the world and not even realizing it's actually the carbs causing that inflammation. And I'm kind of glad that happened because it opened our eyes. Because I could, anytime I want to now, go ahead and take a break and eat pizza. But it's not worth it. Gaining a pound, that's not what it's all about. Now it's about staying pain-free. And it's like this. Here, you can actually have this really good food. It's really tasty, right? But the trade-off, you're going to be going 3, 4, 5 days of basically barely be able to walk. I don't think anybody would choose that option. Just the problem is most people are living that option right now. And what happens is, and here's the catch-22, I am in so much pain. I feel awful. My life, I'm not enjoying it. So you know what? At least I'll have some comfort and eat this garbage food when it's the garbage food that's causing that problem in the first place. So here are the lies of our society. Lie number 1, they want you to think that fat will make you fat. You better eat low-fat stuff in everything you do. As we have an epidemic of obesity, 100% linked to people eating carbs. Lie number 2, they want you to think that eating healthy food will make you healthier. I guess it's what they classify as healthy, doesn't it? While other foods, which have a bad name, are actually better for you. Lie number 3, they want you to think that the pain you're in, it's just you getting old and has nothing to do with your eating habits. Instead, it's all about what you eat. Granted, you may have arthritis from a life of torture when you were younger, but you can still decrease the inflammation and have far less pain. Then the lie of all lies, lie number 4, They want you to think that a pill will fix everything. Here's some pills to fix your cardiovascular problems. Here's some pills to make you lose weight. Here's some pills to kill the pain. Now, take your pills, go home, continue to eat that garbage. That's okay. Continue to have a sedentary lifestyle. Continue to eat your low-fat diet, and everything will be just fine. When it turns out it's all those lies that's actually causing you to be in that in the first place. But you know what? They're very quickly to say, hey, pay your bill up front, and we'll see you again another month when it's time to prescribe more pills. So the choice is easy. It's very clear. Carbs really are the bad thing. We're not simply talking about just high fructose corn syrup, but carbs themselves cause problems in the human body. I hope this is another motivation for you to try to limit the amount of carbs you have coming in to see if you can lose some weight. It works amazingly well, but again, more than anything, you just feel so much better. Thank you for watching.